The question comes from enlightened beings and goes, Apostate Prophet, why are you scared to debate Muslim apologist? Period, question mark. And my response to this question is, I'm not scared of debating Muslim apologists. I don't know how you get this idea. I have, in fact, if you see that, I've very often said that I don't really like the idea of debating Muslim apologists, because I think it would be dumb for me to validate Muslim apologists as defenders of Islam. I don't think that Muslim apologists are in any position to get between me as a critic of Islam and Islam as the thing that I criticize. They are not in between. They are not between us, between me and Islam. They are in no position to defend Islam. They are just people who believe in Islam and whose job it is to explain Islam, to defend Islam. I'm not having an argument with them. I'm having a point with Islam and the public. I'm presenting my own perspective, presenting knowledge about this specific issue, and I'm not arguing with Muslim apologists. I know exactly why Muslim apologists are Muslim apologists. They are Muslim apologists because they have to be Muslim apologists, because they have to defend Islam. They have to prove to the world that Islam is true. And they don't do that because they logically came to the conclusion that Islam is true. They do that because they believe in Islam and because Islam requires them to believe and to argue that Islam is true. It is a Muslim's obligation, religious obligation, to spread Islam to others. And according to many Islamic scholars, also a Muslim's moral obligation to silence and to argue against those who argue that Islam is wrong. I believe that they are just trying to be defenders of something that I don't recognize them to be defenders of, which is why I don't like the idea of debating them. But you might have seen before that I actually quite often challenge Muslim apologists, and even said that if a Muslim apologist wants to debate me about the topic of scientific mistakes in the Quran, I would love to have a debate about that. In fact, I debated one of those people, Nader Ahmed, and everyone can find that debate on Aaron Ross' channel, where I had a debate with him. I've also asked Muslim apologists to debate me on the issue of how the Quran gets Mary wrong, for example, Mary, the mother of Jesus, versus prophetess Miriam in the Bible. How the Quran confuses these two individuals very much. But I've always been out here saying, hey, if Muslim apologists want to debate Islam with me, then they should just challenge me on these things. I will not challenge them because I don't think that they are in any position to defend Islam. If they are so interested in debating me, they can offer a debate. They can do that. The issue is that most Muslim apologists are not properly able to make a proper debate offer. What they usually want to do is like, hey, let me fight you and I will make you crap your pants. Hey, you incest lover. Hey, you are an immoral son of a blah. That's usually how Muslim apologists argue. You know, your believers, your defendants of the religion, are the most morally contemptible people out there when it comes to talking about religion. No one wants to talk to you Muslim apologists. No one likes you Muslim apologists, and no one likes your representatives of the Islamic religion. And the only reason no one likes them is their own behavior. If you want people to take Islamic apologists seriously, school your Islamic apologists about how to have a conversation, about how to exchange ideas, about how to act in public, how to argue for something or against something. School them on how to have a civilized conversation between two individuals who disagree with each other. There are two individuals that you are referring to whose debate offers I've explicitly rejected. Only two Muslim apologists. One of them is Mohammed Hijab, the other is Ali Dawa. Both of them are the most terrible human beings that I have encountered online. I have, in fact, tried to talk to them very nicely and said, hey, if you have a disagreement with me, let's talk about this. Mohammed Hijab came and insulted me and my family. He also said stuff like that I was having a sexual relationship with my mother. My mother is a Muslim, by the way. He should maybe go to his Islamic imams and ask them what that statement entails, because he has thereby committed a huge sin according to Islam by accusing a Muslim woman, a pious Muslim woman, of being in an immoral relationship, and more so in a relationship with her own son. Mohammed Hijab is a terrible human being. He's a horrible piece of crap, and I will not take such people seriously. If you have a disagreement and if you want to have a disagreement with me and discuss Islam with me in public, come and do that with me. in a respectful way. I will always love to sit down with you and talk about why I think you are wrong and why I'm right. But I will not challenge your Muslim apologists, and I will not take such rats like these people seriously and have actual conversations with them. Seriously, what do you think? Do you think you would sit down with me and have a normal conversation with me after I tell you that your family are a bunch of cockroaches that all suck on each other's genitals? Is that really what you think a normal conversation between people who believe in different things looks like? If you really think that is true, then you belong into the right religion. You have found your right religion, your religion of absolute human degeneracy and evil. That is Islam, and those are your Muslim apologists. Hope that was enough.